You are almost asleep. Your thoughts are dissolving. Your body is getting heavy. Then, out of nowhere, your whole body jumps. Your leg kicks. Your shoulder snaps. Your stomach drops like you just missed a step in the dark. For half a second, you are wide awake, heart racing, eyes open, trying to understand what just happened. Sometimes it comes with a falling feeling, sometimes with a flash of an image, sometimes with the strange sense that you are about to drop into nothing. And because it feels so real, many people think something is wrong. But in most cases, this is not dangerous. It is called a hypnic jerk, or a sleep start. And it may be one of the strangest moments in the whole process of falling asleep, because it happens right at the border. Not fully awake, not fully asleep. Right in the handoff between two different versions of you. The waking brain and the sleeping brain. That handoff is where things can misfire. A hypnic jerk is a sudden, involuntary muscle twitch that happens as you are drifting into sleep. It can be tiny, so small you barely notice it, or it can be strong enough to wake you completely. Some people feel it in one leg or one arm. Some feel the whole body jump. Some people get it once in a while. Others notice it much more often. Sleep researchers generally describe hypnic jerks as common and usually harmless. But common does not mean simple, because the exact cause is still not fully settled. There are theories, and the most interesting ones all point to the same strange place. The moment your brain begins turning you off. When you are awake, your brain is holding the body together in a very active way. It is tracking your position, controlling muscle tone, keeping the world stable, keeping you ready to move. Then sleep begins to arrive. The body starts to relax. Muscles loosen. Breathing changes. Your awareness starts to fade. But this switch is not instant. The brain does not flip one clean button from awake to asleep. It shuts systems down in stages. And for a few moments, parts of the waking brain may still be online while the body is already letting go. That is where the misreading may happen. Your muscles relax. The body loses tension. Signals change. And some still awake part of the brain may interpret that drop in muscle tone as danger. Wait, the body is losing support. Are we falling? So it sends an emergency pulse. Wake up. Grab the body. Move. That pulse travels through the nervous system, and the muscles contract. That contraction is the jerk. Which means the falling feeling may not be what caused the twitch. It may be the story your brain creates to explain it. This is one of the weirdest things about the brain. It hates unexplained sensations. If the body suddenly jumps, the brain wants a reason. So it builds one. Fast. You were falling. You missed a step. The floor vanished. You slipped off an edge. The image can appear after the body signal has already begun. Not a prophecy, not a message. A quick explanation built in the dark. But why would the brain have a reflex like this at all? One theory is that it is simply a normal byproduct of the nervous system shifting into sleep. The body relaxes, the systems change, and a brief burst of movement leaks through. Another theory is more ancient. It suggests the jerk may be an old alarm reflex.
For most of human history, Sleep was not protected by locked doors, climate control, and soft mattresses. Sleep meant becoming vulnerable. Your eyes closed, your muscles relaxed, your awareness faded. In that state, a nervous system that checked the body one last time may have had value. Are we safe? Are we supported? Can we fully let go? No one knows for certain if hypnic jerks evolved for that purpose, but the idea makes the feeling easier to understand. The jerk is not random chaos. It is the body crossing from control into surrender. And the waking brain is not always graceful about surrender. That is why hypnic jerks often become more frequent when your system is already strained. Sleep deprivation can make them more likely. So can stress, anxiety, caffeine, stimulants, intense exercise too close to bedtime. Anything that keeps the waking system louder than it should be can make the handoff rougher. Think of it like two teams trying to trade control of the same machine. One team is supposed to power down. The other is supposed to take over quietly. But if the waking system is still tense, stimulated, or exhausted, the switch is less smooth. The body tries to sleep. The brain still wants to guard. And the result can be that sudden jolt. And this is why the same person may barely notice hypnic jerks for months, then suddenly get them several nights in a row. Not because the body is broken, often because the system is overloaded. Too little sleep, too much caffeine, too much stress, too much intensity too late in the day. The nervous system arrives at bedtime still carrying the day inside it. Then it tries to shut down all at once, and the body jumps.
There is another part that makes the experience more frightening: the timing. If your arm twitches while you are fully awake, you may ignore it. If your leg jumps while you are stretching, you barely think about it. But when it happens at the edge of sleep, your mind is already loose. Dream images are beginning to form. Logic is fading. The body is still real, but the story-making brain is waking up in fragments. So the twitch does not feel like a twitch. It feels like falling through a hole. It feels like something pulled you back. It feels bigger than it is. That is why the first thing to remember is simple. In most cases, a hypnic jerk is normal. Annoying, yes. Startling, yes. But not a sign that you are about to die. Not proof of something supernatural. Not evidence that sleep itself is dangerous. It is usually just the nervous system making a rough landing into sleep. Still, there are times to pay attention. If the jerks happen so often that they keep you from sleeping, it is worth talking with a healthcare professional. If they come with other unusual symptoms, confusion, repeated episodes through the night, injuries, or severe fear that keeps returning, get proper advice. The point is not to panic. The point is to know the difference between a common sleep start and something that deserves help. For most people, the useful steps are simple. Reduce caffeine late in the day. Give the body time to wind down. Avoid intense exercise right before bed. Keep a steadier sleep schedule when you can. And if stress is high, do not expect the nervous system to fall silent instantly. It may need a landing strip. Dim light, slower breathing, less stimulation, a few minutes where the brain is allowed to stop defending the day. Because that is what sleep asks of you. Every night, you surrender control. You let the muscles soften. You let awareness fade. You let the world disappear while you are still inside it. Most nights, the brain handles that transition quietly. But sometimes, right before you cross over, an old alarm fires one last time. The body jumps. The mind invents a fall. And you wake in the dark, startled by your own nervous system. The next time it happens, remember what it is. Not a warning from another world. Not proof that something is wrong with you.
just the waking brain refusing for one final second to let go. So breathe. Let the body settle. Tell yourself, this is only a sleep start. Then let the alarm fade. The fall was never real. You were already lying safely in bed.